Hi everyone, it's Sam, NFT Statistics, and this is your Proof Daily NFT Countdown. Coming at you live from Los Angeles today. We're going to make this quick because the whole team is at an offsite, so we don't have quite as much time to do all the work on the show. We're going to try to make it quick and see how fast we can go here. Starting off with a quick market overview. Volumes down again, kind of where we were yesterday. Not great volumes, but it was better kind of volumes. You know, we're seeing that the percentage of trades that are people dumping into bids has gone down a fair bit, down below 80%. This is 7-day trailing, still high, but lower than we were about a week ago. In terms of the large cap index, it hit new lows, at least new recent lows, down more than 3%. This was all about Azuki. We're going to dive into the Azuki situation in the second section. Doodle's also quite weak. In terms of art projects, 3 projects did more than 10 ETH of volume. Squiggles, Life in West America, and Genesis by DCA. Looking at a few of those trades, a Slinky Squiggle for 12.5 ETH, a Life in West America for 6.75. I mean, that's quite high for where this project has been selling. Starting to see a few more sales there, and the floor is creeping up a little bit. A Hongbao Memories of Qilin for 4.3 ETH, and then an Anti-Cyclone sold into a bid for 7 ETH. Secondly, let's talk about Azuki. The reason I want to talk about it is because this project had just one of the biggest kind of drops in price that we've seen in a long time. Above 17 ETH going into the Vegas event, got all the way down to about 12.1 yesterday. Let's look a bit at what drove it. First of all, you had a ton of longer term holders who had never sold into bids sell into bids. This is the past 7 days. You can see it's the most basically that it's ever been for people who are selling into bids on Blur. The other thing is when these guys are selling, who's buying? And the vast majority of the buyers are airdrop farmers. Okay, this looks at who bought the most over the past 3 days. It's the Blend wallet plus a lot of folks who have a track record of doing a lot of bidding and then a lot of selling of Azukis. So mainly airdrop farmers buying, long-term holders selling. That's never really the good combination. The other factor that's going on is a ton of people are on unwinding leverage. This is a crazy chart. Really shows kind of something falling off a cliff. Total Azukis on Blend. You can see it went down substantially from over 700 to right now we're in the mid 200s. And the reason for that is people need their Azuki in their wallet in order to get that first privilege at paying 2 ETH or getting into that Dutch auction for the elementals. So perhaps after that snapshot is taken and people can get their elemental, you might start seeing people start to lever up again, and that will free up liquidity. So that'll be interesting to see. A couple of my takes here. One is I think we have a bit of buy the rumor, sell the news just on delay. 2 is leverage creates volatility in both directions on the upside and the downside. We're seeing it a bit on the downside here. And 3 is what I just said. I think it's very hard to survive and for the price to keep going up with all the airdrop farming that's out there. Now, the event and the FOMO for the Vegas event really boosted Azuki, but I think we're seeing a little bit of that being a less of a factor right now, and that airdrop farming is starting to take over. And then all that unwinding of the Blend loans, I think, had a pretty big impact too. So by the time you see this, the mint will have happened. Right now, it hasn't yet happened. So you'll have a lot more information than I do, but that's kind of my take as of right now at 8:45 Pacific time. Third thing to talk about, just a couple mints that are going on right now. One is the BoDoggos mint. Here is some of the art. If you follow the Nifty show, you hear about this all the time. It's basically 8,888 for sale at 4.95 sold. That's 0.04 ETH, about $670,000 being raised. And the person in charge of this is Easy Eats Bodega, partnering with Nifty Portal. Easy Eats Bodega is a constant commentator on there. I love these guys. I love going on this show. I think they really do an incredible job. Talking to some of the team, they say their entire focus is on digital collectibles. Everything is driven around, everything is about delivering value in that realm. Here's some more of the art. Kind of cool dogs. I love the cartoon dogs. Let's go. So that's one of the mints. The second one to talk about is this Grant Yoon piece called Fall for $5,568. There are 35 editions, and you get an NFT as well as a print. You had to sign up, and they are drawing names to see who gets the privilege of paying $5,568 for this. Again, raising about $180,000. The last Grant Yoon P drop was that Life in Japan 2. That's now below mint price. So it'll be interesting to see if this one leads to things bouncing back. But a cool piece about suburbia, colors of those fall tones, interesting to see. And then lastly, I'm just going to talk about one notable sale, and it's this piece, Relic, Data Carpet by Orkhan Mammadov, which sold for 10 ETH. I believe that when OSF actually sold a lot of his apes, he bought a lot of Orkhan's work. Now, what this artist does, he's Azerbaijani, I believe, and he combines the work of his country, all these rugs, with AI to generate other interesting art. This piece here is a video. Definitely have to see it as a video. Google Docs, for some reason, which is where our slides are, struggles with video, but worth checking that out. Just a little bit more about Orkhan. Really kind of, this slide here just kind of goes over what I just said, you know, combining all of his history and trying to reclaim ownership of this history within a contemporary context, rewriting their position as relics of the past. So cool art there. Congrats to the buyers and congrats to Orkhan as well. That is all from me today. It's an abbreviated show, but we want to keep coming to you. We call it the Daily Countdown for a reason. We want to be here daily. We'll be back tomorrow and most weekdays. I can't say every weekday anymore, but most weekdays with another show. Have a great day. Good luck to everyone who's playing in these mints, and we'll talk to you soon.